We got a party atmosphere in here. Okay, good morning, everybody. It's going to be a fun morning. Welcome to our possibly annual Focus on Christmas History service. I didn't want to lock you in. This morning, we get to learn about the touching story behind the beloved Christmas carol, Silent Night. As we open our service, I invite you to sit back, quietly listen to these familiar tones, and let the music stoke some memories, or stir your heart, or calm your busy brain, whatever you're in the mood to let it do.
Guten Morgen. Today's service will be in German. We will be learning some German, though, I think, later in the service. And our focus today around the iconic Silent Night. Well, we're glad you're here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville on this crisp morning. I grew up in Brazil. This is not crisp. It's cold. It is cold out there. So we're glad you're in here with the warmth, physical warmth, and spiritual and emotional warmth. I hope you feel as well. Always great to have you among us and for all of us to be together. My name is Gene Van Zant, and I've been here, since about the year 2000. And I've done a lot of stuff. But I've been on the Chalice team the last 5 years, but I'm stepping away from that. I'll still be super involved here, but Leanda will be taking over January 1st in 16 days, 20 hours. So, well, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. We have a great Chalice team that helps organize our services, and of course working closely with Renee and Brenda and our other musicians and our tech people. By the way, thank you, Dane, filling in today for David. And welcome to those out in internet land. We're glad to have you here as well. If this is the first time for you, we would ask you, but not require you, to fill out a white card, mainly so we can get you on our email list, keep you up to date on what's happening. If you're joining us for the first time online, you can go to our website, uufayetteville.org, and give us your email that way. Later in the service, we're going to have a time of joys and concerns. And if there's something you would like shared, either with our minister or you want it shared with the whole congregation, we invite you to write down your joy, concern, need, milestone, And then later in the service, there'll be a time you can bring these up. Indicate on here if you want it read or not publicly. And those joining us online, you can write in the comments. Those are public automatically, just so you're aware of that. And some of us will just come up to just drop a stone. You don't have to have a card to do that. And that's always a highlight, I think, of our service. Children are wonderful. And I don't see any little bitty ones, so, but there is a nursery. If you happen to have one during the service, there is a nursery. There's a classic church bulletin announcement that says, if you have children and don't know it, there is a nursery downstairs. So you might check before you leave. But we are, of course, always glad to have children either in the service or in the nursery or in the foyer. If you need to step out, the service is piped in there as well. There's a lot going on today. We've got a great service for you. We've got the Raging Grannies are here. Renee Jansky is here. It's a great show. Wait, it's not Saturday Night Live. But it's a wonderful service. Now, most of you know this. If you just walked in and you're a guest, surprise, there's a congregational meeting today, but it's mainly for our members. Guests and visitors are welcome to stay and observe the sausage making of democracy. It's vegetarian, but it's our democratic process. Every year, our annual meeting, Kate Kowalski, our president, will be chairing that. So we'll have about a 5-minute break at the end of the service if you need to get coffee or visit the bathroom, and then we'll begin our congregational service. So yeah, I've already gone into the announcements here. The X to Z potluck coming up Friday. Next Sunday is winter solstice. It actually falls on Sunday this year, the 21st. And we're doing something interesting. We're having 2 services that day. We don't normally have 2 services. Our regular morning service, and then there's going to be a 7 p.m. night service that is more focused on the rituals and the web of life. We'll be leading that along with Renee. So the morning service will be more like a regular Unitarian Universalist service, and the night service will have a little more, can I say pagan? It'll have a pagan vibe. Now, then on Christmas Eve, we have our traditional Christmas Eve service that has more of a Christian-y vibe, and that'll be 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Let's see, are there any other announcements? All right, then let's go into our service, and Kate will light the chalice for us.
Good morning. And while Jean grew up in Brazil, I grew up in Wisconsin, so I know cold, and it's cold. So I'm just validating your experience. So with that, please join me in lighting our chalice. Love is the spirit of this community, and service is its prayer, to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and truth, and to help one another. Thus do we covenant together. Thank you.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do today, can you hear me?
First thing we're going to do today is to hear a message from Dr. Sophia Betancourt, the president of the Unitarian Universalist Association. Hit it, Steve. Okay, pause.
All best blessings to you in this winter holiday season, beloveds. I'm the Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt. It is my privilege to serve as president of your Unitarian Universalist Association. And in this season, a season of hope, a season of neighborliness, a season of joy, a season of care. I know that we are coming into these times from a difficult year. And my prayer is that we as Unitarian Universalists will hold fast to our cultural norms around hope and remind one another that hope can be a practice, that hope is a discipline, as the organizer Mariama Kaba tells us, that hope is a promise that we hold in common cause, as the poet Aurora Levins Morales teaches. Hope draws from our historical grounding as Unitarians, Universalists, and Unitarian Universalists, and in times of change, times of deep division, in our faith communities and in the world around us, we hold fast to a posture of hope and use it to drive our commitment to action. In this season, we support and hold one another, even when it's not easy, even if it's not our first instinct. We are reminded by songs of joy. We are reminded by teachings on the dying light and its return. We are reminded by stories of hope being born into the world. We are reminded, beloved, to work for the full equality of our immigrant neighbors. We are reminded to seek truth in one another. We are reminded to find the sacred in a breadth of stories, each of them meaningful in our human condition. I know to my bones that despair cannot claim all the space in our hearts, even in difficult times. And I know that this is harder for those of us who are particularly targeted by those who wish us to succumb to that despair itself. But we can lean on each other. We can remind one another through time together, through worship, through action in the streets, feeding our neighbors, singing with children, educating each other, reminding ourselves once again of the simple messages of this season and the opportunity at the turning of this year to begin again. In particular, for all of our federal workers, caregivers, those who feel particularly targeted by policies, politics, and a lack of care. Know that we are with you, no matter what, not only in this season, but throughout the turning of the year. Remember the teachings that even in times of despair, hope is renewed between and among us. We're not waiting passively on a miracle. We are working together for our values, and may those values be the guiding light of this season. I love you, each and every one of you, and we will continue together on this journey. May you have time and space for a bit of joy and for many reminders in these days. Hold fast to each other, beloveds. Happy New Year, happy holidays, and all best blessings upon you.
Good morning, loved ones. Isn't she a great president? Yeah. I've been looking forward to this service since last year. Not only is today the congregational meeting, but it's also my annual service about holiday history. I love to take a song or a story that we know really, really well and figure out where it came from and what we're going to do about it. The piece that we are going to do today is perhaps one of the most well-known Christmas carols, one of the most prevalent hymns ever for Christmas time services. Now, the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville definitely welcomes many progressive Christians in our membership. However, we don't do very many services that focus on Christianity. But the one guaranteed progressive Christian service that we do every year is Christmas Eve. And we've been doing it for a long time. I've been here 20-ish years, and we've definitely been doing it for that long. And this service always includes a candlelight portion at the end. And what do we sing as we leave the sanctuary with our candles? Tell me. That's right. Silent Night. Our focus today will be on the history of Silent Night, or Stille Nacht, as it is called in its original German. Now, I am not a historian, but our story begins with the Napoleonic Wars. And I feel like I just have to at least tell you a little bit about that. I want to set the scene. I will be sticking to the Napoleonic Wars as they pertained to Austria. These were wars sparked by the French Revolution, and they were centered on France's domination of Europe under the leadership of Napoleon Bonaparte. Austria was a major, though often defeated, opponent of Napoleon, fighting in multiple coalitions, suffering significant losses at battles like Austerlitz in 1805, and in the 1809 War of the Fifth Coalition, where Austria actually lost territory to France. But ultimately, Austria contributed to Napoleon's downfall in the Sixth Coalition in 1813-14, and Austria defeated Napoleon's ally Murat in the Neapolitan War in 1815. So Austria played a vital role in the final Allied victory. The Austrian army, despite heavy defeats, was large. It was disciplined, and it featured excellent cavalry, led by super famous military folks like Archduke Charles and folks like that. There were several sections to the Napoleonic Wars, so there were times of war, and there were times of peace. But in Austria, there was a lot of fighting. So you heard lots of artillery fire, lots of booms all the time. Throughout the years of the war from around 1805 to 1816, about 200,000 Austrians lost their lives. I can't help but see this through the lens of a minister, right? I can't help, oh my gosh, thousands of funerals. Everybody's in pain, families in pain, constant sounds of war, churches blown up, serious perpetual trauma in every church. Whoa. So Father Joseph Mohr, M-O-H-R, a young priest who wrote the original poem for Silent Night, was really dealing with a lot. At that time, he was at the St. Nicholas Church in Oberndorf, Austria, and in 1816, he wrote the poem Silent Night. He wrote it because the sounds of war finally ceased. Silent night. Holy night. All is calm. All is bright. And we will sing this later in the service. My son Thomas and I will also sing it for you in its original German later in the service. But right now, I'd like you to rise as you are able in body or spirit, and let's sing together the UU hymn that fits our season best as liberal religionists, as far as I'm concerned. It's called Let Christmas Come. It's number 224. Now, Brenda's going to play it all the way through once to teach us the tune, and then we will sing it. So if you'll play it all the way through, then we will sing it together. Rise as you are able, hymn 224, Let Christmas Come. The church is not a place. It's a people. The church is not only a building above the tree-lined streets and cars. Rather, it's a people proclaiming to the world that we are here for the work of healing and of justice. The church is not walls built brick upon brick, stone upon stone, plank upon plank, held together by mortar, but rather person linked with person, linked with person, linked with person. All ages, genders, abilities. A community built on the foundation of reason, faith, and love. The church is not just a set of doors open on Sunday morning, but the commitment day after day, moment after moment of our hearts creaking open the doors of welcome to the possibility of new experience and a radical welcome. The church is not simply a building. The church is the gathering together of all the people and experiences and fear and love and hope in our resilient hearts. Gathering however we can to say to the world, welcome, come in, lay down your heartache and pick up some hope and love. For the church is us, each and every one of us, together. A beacon of hope to this world who so sorely needs it. If you have filled out a yellow joys or concerns card, you may bring it up and give it to me, or you are always welcome to simply come up to the Bowl of Stones by Jean. And, Janet, sorry, who's doing this? Jean, thank you, to this bowl. Sorry, I must have been thinking about you. I wrote Janet in my notes. You go by Janet sometimes. That's right. All genders are welcome. You may. Okay, so you can just come and drop a stone into the water, or you can bring up a card. And Brenda, will you offer us some music? You all may come forward now. shoot. Dane, did we receive any joys or concerns from Facebook? Not today. Well, Facebook folks, we're glad you're here anyway. So, Mort shares a concern. 11 Jews were killed in Australia on the first night of Hanukkah. Just now. The heat went, Fawn shares, oh my gosh, the heat went out at the farmhouse last night. And, you know, while we're mentioning the farmhouse, Anne Pritchard was in the hospital. She's been moved to the Butterfield health section, but I wanted you to know that as well. Carol Olson, a friend and a fellow pool volleyball player, passed on Friday after a long struggle with cancer. I'm sorry about that, sis. Okay. Marty Fatak shares. Our former beloved minister, Reverend Rhett Baird, seriously, like beloved minister, wanted us to know that his wife, Rhonda, has had Alzheimer's for several years and it's been rapidly progressing lately. They are considering home hospice. I think I'm sure he would appreciate cards and letters. Let me know, let Marty know. Would you raise your hand, Marty? Let Marty know if you need contact information for Reverend Baird. Also, Jam shares that the first night of Hanukkah is tonight. Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate. Matt shares, rejoicing that all of Kara's surgeries are done. We can finally focus on something other than cancer. Oh, hallelujah, Matt. Yes, that's great news. Yes, let's clap for that. Yes, let's clap for that. Yes. Sherry shares, first time back to service since August 10th. Perfect timing. I think so too, Sherry. Allie shares, got a letter this week saying my student loans have been forgiven. Hey! Oh! Yes! Mariah is celebrating that Peter and I are closing on our first home this Thursday. Pete has also finished his semester with a 4.0 in almost all of his classes. Still waiting on finals grade to make a full 4.0. Wow. Yes. Yes. And Bill shares, to celebrate Diane's birthday today, she is celebrating her 37th birthday for the second time. Happy birthday to... Stand up, Diane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Diane. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Diane's taking over the membership chair position here in a little bit in January. Perfect birthday present. Jean, let's drop some stones for the things that we couldn't say today, the things that we are holding silently in our heart. Let's drop a few more for the joys and concerns that might come to us this week until we get to be together again. Thanks. Thank you. Let's take these next few words of meditation into our heads and hearts as we get quiet or pray, whatever feels right to you, each in our own way. Spirit of life, who draws us together in a web of holy relationships, make your presence known with us and in us and among us. Remind us that we are not alone in history. Ignite us with the courage of the living tradition. Remind us that we are not alone in entering the future. Anchor us with patience and perseverance. Remind us that we are not alone in our times of grief and pain. Comfort us with human hands and voices. Remind us that we are not alone in joy and wonder. Inspire us to honor and extend the beauty we find in this world. Divine music of the universe, let our hearts beat in diverse and harmonious rhythms, cooperating with an everlasting dance of love. May we move with the rhythms of peace. May we move with the rhythms of compassion. May we move with the rhythms of justice. Source of stars and planets and water and land, open our hearts to all our neighbors. Open us to a renewal of faith. Open our hands to join together in the work ahead. So be it. Blessed be. I'd like to invite Stephanie Bentley up for our gratitude moment. There she is.
Well, I was born in 1976 and was just kidding. I just wanted to what did y'all see Renee go? This was hard for me. Okay, I'm just going to tell you guys. When we moved to Northwest Arkansas, my family, my husband, and my two kids, it was about 2011. It was 2011. And they were like 3 or 4. I have twins, boy-girl twins, and they are very precocious. Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh, it was terrible. Like, my husband's not very churchy, and so I came here by myself, and they were a mess, like a hot mess. And they loved the jungle room with Chris and Lori. And I would try to bring them in here. We usually sat back there, and I tried so many things. Like, it was rough. And at some point, I think someone turned around to me and said, "It's okay." You know, like older mom was like, "It's okay." Because I just was like, this is horrible. I grew up in the Methodist church, and kids' sounds were okay, but they were just a little more stodgy than y'all are, so. I was like waiting for somebody to like throw something at us, or, you know, a mean face. But anyway, I ended up taking turns with them for a little while because it was just that bad. But eventually they outgrew that, and this has become such a great place for me, and mostly me right now. Honestly, I can't get my kids out of bed to come to church. But I just want to say that right now, for sure, at this phase in my life, there's a lot of change happening. If any of you have kids, think back to when your kids were about to graduate. That's where I am. So it really is an anchor for me right now. And I would say it's an anchor for my kids, too. I know that they'll come back, at least one of them. I'm sure she will come back. But, you know, there's just a lot, for me personally, and maybe you relate, there's a lot of change in my life. And UUFF has been an anchor for me. I have so many good memories in this building and with people in this building, outside this building, more than I can tell you. But I would definitely describe it as an anchor for me, and I really hope it is an anchor for my kids when they come home from wherever they end up in the next couple of years. It really has given me opportunities to grow and push myself. I started here. I remember back in that corner having adult RE with Brooke, and it was just amazing, the conversation. And I work in public schools, and so, you know, those are conversations I can't really have at work. And so to be around other people who are like-minded and have, like, intellectually stimulating conversation and not feel like I had to hide in a closet about my beliefs was really impactful for me. And that's really why I signed the book, which I did in 2014. But yeah, I mean, I will say that COVID
whew. I remember COVID, like I started out really working with the kids right before COVID hit and talk about stretching and growing. But they were, and continue to be, our kids are the best in here. Continue to be a source of joy for me. So I'm sure for so many. UUFF has the best kids, like hands down. But yeah, I did not expect to get so much joy out of working with the kids through, across the screen, basically. That's what it ended up being. And then as we came back here too, just my joy. And I do remember people saying, you should join the board. You should join the board. I was like, I don't do committees. Like, I don't do that stuff. P.S. I'm about to be your president. I want to say thank you to those of you who've been here for a long time. Like, you are a source of inspiration for me. We had this program during COVID where my kids were writing letters back and forth to a member of the fellowship, and Gabe had the privilege of writing back and forth with Bernetta. Where are you, Bernetta? Oh my gosh, and I read those letters. Whew, so cool. And then Maddie was writing with Nancy. Is Nancy here today? And just learning so much just about this church has been around through a lot, and its history is really cool. Even Gretchen, thank you. Even Gretchen just recently was like talking about, the history of the kids program, and it was really interesting for me to hear. And I want to talk to you more about that because I just want to encourage those of you who have been around to speak up and let us know what has worked in the past, because you're the bedrock of this fellowship. Like, you're very, very important. So, thank you for sticking around here and making this place better. So yeah, a church is a family. Families are imperfect. People are imperfect. I'm not going to stand up and say it's all roses and unicorns and kittens. It's messy. It is messy. But if you give your whole heart to it, you will get back. And when I think about the amount of times my feelings have been hurt versus the amount of times I have felt held. So I just want to say thank you to you all for holding me and my family so tenderly for the past 10 years. Thank you. And on that note, if you haven't already turned in your membership pledge, Edith told me, be sure and say membership form and pledge form. Those things are really important because we are growing, and it takes planning for us to be able to address our needs here and in the community. And it is hard for us to do that if we don't know how much we're going to have to work with. So if you have not already, and maybe you're like, oh my gosh, the economy is crazy. I don't want to put numbers down. It's okay. Nobody's going to chase you down and be like, you said you were going to give this much. But, give it some thought, and then, well, maybe Fawn will chase you down a little bit. But she's very nice. She's very nice. All right. So if you have not already done that, it's not too late to turn in your membership form and pledge. All right. On to offering. In our world, so many voices are silenced right now. A lot of truths remain unspoken because the speaker fears rejection, judgment, or worse. Our offering today helps us sustain this congregation as a place where all voices can be heard, where truth can be spoken without fear, where vulnerability is met with compassion. We give in gratitude for this beloved community and with hope for a world where more voices can speak their truth. Will the ushers come forward with the offering?
Working. There we go. Hey, good morning. So many of you know the Raging Grannies, but for those of you who don't, we are not a professional singing group. But we are a group of women who are passionate about social justice issues, and we raise our voices through song in order to express ourselves. We're gonna sing 5 songs for you. You'll recognize the melodies. However, the lyrics are a bit different than what you're used to. The lyrics will be on your screen, and Annette, who our conductor, will let you know when you might want to sing along, and otherwise you can let us sing to you. But we just want you to know the lyrics. So thank you. And with that, I give you the Raging Grannies of Northwest Arkansas.
We practiced everything except using the microphone. And I need to grow another hand. We're going to sing Feliz Navidad, and we're going to ask you to join in on the Feliz Navidad choruses whenever you want to and whenever it shows up. I just want to say this. Is this on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The songs that we have sung in the past, we have gotten from other granny groups that are throughout the country. These people in our granny group created, so, for the season. So you haven't heard these before. Thank you. Feliz Navidad.
We don't want no more deportation. We don't want no more
And this is one that you can sing with us. I see that the words are on the screen, so feel free as we're dreaming of a no ice Christmas. Thank you so much, and we have one final wish for you. So listen as we tell you what we wish for you. Thank you, Grannies. That was epic. So good. Thank you. Well, it's close to noon. I worked really hard on this message, and so I hesitate to not tell you at least some of it. Okay. All right. So, unlike a lot of popular Christmas carols, Silent Night originated around Salzburg in Austria. And most of the carols that we sing today come from 19th century England. Every single one of those that they just sang came from 19th century England except one. Is there something specifically dramatic about Silent Night? The villages where it was first written and performed represent the sophisticated simplicity
of the Austrian countryside. You see the order of service? I asked Fawn to find a picture like this to illustrate the lovely archetypal scene. And Silent Night was almost lost. The origins of this song almost disappeared. At first, it was erroneously attributed to other composers, probably because people in the music business wanted somebody like Mozart or Beethoven to have written it so they could distribute it easily, or more easily. But the authorities in Berlin and ultimately the Royal Prussian Court Orchestra wanted to get to the bottom of where this carol came from, because seriously, for a long time, the origin was lost, like 50 years. So they reached out to St. Peter's Abbey, a Benedictine monastery in Salzburg. And the monastery's choral inspector was charged with finding the original score of Stille Nacht. And in almost a holy coincidence, Franz Gruber, the guy that wrote the music to Silent Night, his son was a choir boy at St. Peter's. Eventually, they made contact with Gruber through his son, and Gruber wrote a description of the origin. So they discovered that Silent Night was a collaboration of Gruber and his priest friend, Joseph Mohr, the poet I was telling you about. So we mentioned in the opening words that Silent Night began in 1816, but this piece was performed for the first time on Christmas Mass in 1818. But wait, it was a poem. Okay, and here's the part that just slayed my dragons. This is so interesting to me. What we know for sure is that on Christmas Eve morning, the organist sat down. So in Europe at this time, the church music was choral, and it was done with either a cappella, just voices, or it was done with organs and voices. Now, organs, even little tiny rural churches had these lovely, elegant organs in Austria, all of them. So the organist sat down on Christmas Eve morning for the rehearsal of Christmas Mass, and the organ didn't work. He pumped the organ pedals, nothing. Nothing happened. And this is where there's some divergence in the story. Some say there was a flood that flooded the organ. Some say mice chewed the billows. I don't think mice would do that, but. And so, are you ready for this? This song was debuted with guitar and voice, which was highly unusual for the time. A guitar was very much considered a folk instrument. Remember, Edelweiss? I mean, that's Austria, right? That's considered a folk instrument and not fit for Mass. So, there's something very sweet and lowly about the origins of this particular carol. Being something as intimate as being accompanied by a solo guitar. And there are a couple of factors that make this very accessible, and it can be traced back to its origins, like I've just told you, its theology, and its music theory. Brenda, I'm going to sit at the piano for a minute. I'm a lot, y'all. I'm a lot. But this will be worth it, yes. Okay, so I know I shouldn't do a whole thing on music theory, and I won't. But what we know for sure is that most Christmas songs have 100 million chords. Like 12. God Rest Ye Merry Gentle Friends that we just sang, that's 12 chords. It's a lot. It's a lot. Silent Night is a 3-chord song, probably to make it easier to play on a guitar. Not only is it a 3-chord song, it is the 3 chords. The 1, the 4, and the 5. Everything is a 1, a 4, a 5. Right? Everything is 1, 4, 5. You can do any country song with a 1, 4, 5. Folk songs, all of it. So, Silent Night, 1, 1, 5, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1 1 4 4 4 4 4 1 1 1 1 5 5 5 5 5 1 1 1 1 1 5 5 5 1. It's very, very simple. It's a very, very simple thing. In general, the construction of this song is breathtakingly simple. It is uncomplicated, and it is based on repetition, not the way it is with most Christmas pieces. And what this means is that this piece can be played on many different instruments, and it doesn't require a lot of musical training. There's a reason middle school bands and orchestras play this at every single Christmas concert. And if you're trying to make a piece accessible for guitar, it makes sense that you're going to do a 1-4-5, because everybody can wrap their heads around that, even beginning guitar students. One of the stories that many of us know, and it still gives me chills, was in 1914, during a ceasefire between British and German soldiers, the Christmas truce. They put down their weapons. They allowed the other side to collect the bodies of their dead. They traded cigarettes, drinks, foods, and even started to sing their own songs back and forth. And the one song that they had in common was Stille Nacht. And it was the embodiment of peace. Again. With each side singing in their own language. And for that evening, the war didn't rage. All was calm. All was bright. But afterwards, of course, the war broke out again. But it was a rest, a respite, a wonderful experience for those that remembered it. This piece speaks to solidarity, to peace. It speaks to people, encouraging us to be the best people that we can be. Thomas and I are going to sing it for you. Will you bring my hymnal too? In the original German. I'm just going to play the G chord, okay? We can do it from there. 252. We'll just share it. Ready? Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alles schläft, einsam wach, nur das traute hoch heilige Paar, holt der Knabe im lockigen Haar. Schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe. Schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe. Thank you. Guess what Thomas did today? He signed the book. So Thomas is our newest member here at UUFF. So yeah, I know, it's great. So to end our service today, let's all stand and sing Silent Night, and that's where we're going to end the service, Steve. I'm telling Steve, the slide guy. That's where we're going to end the service, and then you'll stay around, those of you that are members, for the congregational meeting. Okay, Brenda.
Child.
for coming today, and I just extinguished the chalice. So take 5, and we'll see you back here in 5.